Why are designers leaving Figma? The great transition. I've seen a lot of UI UX designer friends using Figma, and even for me, who is not really deep in the space, have heard of it, have seen other people using it. So yeah, I'm surprised to see that designers leaving Figma, and yeah, interested to see in seeing what the transition is. The creative industry is changing rapidly, and so is Figma's future. It's an article written by Puneet Shala. For those of you that are new here, my name is Pascal, and on this channel, we read articles like this daily. So if you're that interested, make sure to like and subscribe. Recently, a collective trend has brewed up. Figma is losing its territory and monopolistic foothold on the creative industry. A majority of users that put Figma in the limelight are UI designers and developers who want to create pretty screens and strong products. While Figma is still good for all that, what it's great at is losing value. Designers are slowly shifting to a building first mindset. Building first mindset. What does that mean? Which means that a good chunk of UI designers are moving quickly to AI coding platforms to bring their ideas to life. The vibe coding trends wasn't just another tech bubble, but a wake-up call for designers to create life-like prototypes and MVPs from day zero. In fact, PMs and designers at Meta have publicly stated how they are showing working products instead of UI prototypes. But one of the things that is curious for me is when some things are designed by AI, it's really easy to tell. It's very AI-like. And surely designers, using their artistic eyes, it's not really up to their level, I imagine, mostly. But maybe not. Let's read on. Vibe coding our own MVP makes handing off our work to developers easy as pie. While Figma is great with basic animated prototypes, there is something about creating an interactive website with a single detailed prompt that seems very magical. It also gives creatives the ability to show working product to their teams, stakeholders, and developers. It's almost like we've traveled back in time, with designers becoming good at developing a real working product. Front-end designers were very popular 10 plus years ago. Okay, that's really interesting. I mean, I agree that having a working product is much more, it feels like you already have a product in your hand, so I can see the benefit of it. Yeah, I guess so. Vibe coding our own MVP makes handing off our work to developers easy as pie. Instead of the constant back and forth and sharing exportable elements to developers via tools like Zeppelin, it is much better to hand over a coded and tested our basic app for the developer to continue off from. It reminds me of a relay race, handing off the baton to the next person to cross the finish line. On the other hand, some tools produce redundant and bloated code which might hinder the shift. Looking at it from a UX testing and research perspective, UI prototypes always have one major flow. Building even basic flows for users to test was extremely time consuming. Not only that, users also had a half-baked, super simplified version of an actual product to work with. This made these half-baked prototypes less valuable to researchers and testers. Why on earth is Figma not doing anything about this? Why does the Figma dream not seem as bright anymore? Well, the truth is, the company is trying. They recently made their vibe coding tools made available to everyone, even people on their startup plans. Figma Make seems like an ideal tool. Go from UI designs in Figma to real coded web apps without having to switch apps or download anything new. However, this whole Figma Make plan has some major loopholes. Number one, they missed the first mover advantage. Some of the first players like Cursor and Lovable have had the biggest jumps in their user bases and funding thanks to the hype. Apart from that, Figma Make is still in its earlier stages, only boasting a few major features that cater to their current users. Number two, often tools are promoting building first. Figma, on the other hand, is still design first. Since being a builder is more sought after, people levitate to AI coding tools which also have design tools inbuilt. Cursor and other tools now have a complete free canvas with free Figma-like design features to quickly change properties without having to prompt all the time. Yeah, I see that. So Figma was trying to go from design first to build first to build after, and they're trying to shift, and that shift seemed like, yeah, it's been a difficult transition for them. Some companies are built different with a completely separate infrastructure. For Figma to change their infrastructure from the bottom up would be very difficult. Yeah, especially for a very established app like Figma as well, where people are used to it. So the people that have been using Figma for years would not like, you'd be kind of against these transitions, right? Let's not forget they are a publicly traded company. Risking major changes can mean risking billions in stakeholder investments. Companies like Cursor, on the other hand, are built to be building first, coding first products, hence a major advantage. This wave wouldn't have made such a splash if big corporations didn't start using the build first approach in their workflows. Dive Club recently covered AI workflows of designers from top companies here. Recently, companies like Atlassian, Cursor, Google, and Meta have all publicly shared that they encourage design and dev teams to use vibe coding for rapid prototyping purposes. I feel like, now that you mention it, vibe coding I feel like would be perfect use for these kind of things, because for these kind of things, the code base doesn't have to be clean or anything like that. You just have to be working somehow. In order to do that, yeah, why not just do what you can, really. In fact, Atlassian also collaborated with a popular creator to showcase their vibe coding and AI prototyping workflow with the public here. This instantly changes the environment, with smaller companies scrambling to follow suit and see what type of results AI prototyping and vibe coding can get them. I don't know what's happening here, but it looks clean. It looks really clean. It looks really cool. It also doesn't help that Canva just made a major chess move by making the entire Affinity Creative Suite free for everyone. This means that the series illustrators, graphic designers, and photo editors have a great alternative to Adobe. While Figma has its own creative suite, Figma Draw, Slides, Figma Buzz, tools like Affinity are often going to be the go-to for graphic design folks. Don't get me wrong, Figma is still the best tool for a majority of creatives and has a strong hold on our day-to-day workflow. Making any strong predictions at this point will be very ill-informed, and it's best to avoid making any conclusions as of now. 2026, however, will be a major year for companies to pivot and become a designer's best friend. If Figma can keep up and make a major impact, tables will turn again in their favor. Yeah, so I feel like this now is a time to really, small, kind of companies that were less established can really shake things up for even against established companies like Figma. Exciting times for the users, I guess. Yeah, let me know what you think if you're in this space that uses this a lot. Yeah, for my purposes and for my work, yeah, we don't really use Figma ourselves, but I'm always interested in these areas that's right next to the domain that I work in. So yeah, thank you guys for watching. See you in the next one. Bye.